we can't take any team lightly, man. And you could see from the 11 that both Klopp and Pep put out in their last few games that we are going to get to. We have a lot to talk about today. We got to catch up on those games from last week and just talk about bum ass Manchester United a little, of course,
Oh yeah.
and touch on our games. So Liverpool win handsomely against United, City handsomely against Brighton. No problem for those, with those teams. We brushed them aside. And we had more to look forward to on the weekend where you face Everton and we came up against Watford,
That's
the
a
team
fun
that
matchup.
we beat Watford 5, 6, 7 all the time, man.
Yep.
But before we do move on to the next topic at hand here, man, Manchester United, just to double back a bit.
Oh, it's serious when Dom turns to the camera. It's serious.
These dudes lost the next game to Arsenal. So the last two games they actually lost is 7-1. They lost to Arsenal, who were on a losing streak. Arsenal bounced back to beat both Chelsea and Man United. That's the beauty of the Premier League, man. How are you going to lose to teams like Palace and whoever Arsenal had lost to? I think Brighton and Palace. And then you're going to end up and beat Chelsea and United, games you were expected to probably lose. So what I want to do, Kyle, I don't want to do an analysis of the Arsenal game because Arsenal and United are not part of the trophy talk. What I want to do is just take a little 10 seconds. Let's laugh at Manchester United, even though I have to manufacture a laugh right. If I have to manufacture a laugh right now, let's laugh at these dudes, man. These dudes are horrible. You see what I'm saying? And the rotation from Ragnick in that game, my heart goes out to Ronaldo and, him losing a kid and everything. But, they were all trash in the game, man. You see what I mean? And it just highlights how bad these guys need a turnaround, though. So, it actually felt good. As a City fan, and I know as a Liverpool fan, it felt good to watch these dudes lose 2 games on the bounce. So look, we're gonna segue nicely into the last games that we played there. Let's start with the Merseyside derby. It was a bit controversial, though I have to say, because
Cagey.
I think the refereeing by Stuart Atwell was poor and very subpar and poor, and I grade him not an F, but maybe a G on the day. Maybe a G. Yeah, it's below the F. That's how I'm grading it. A G.
I'm aware. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
it was horrible.
These people. I never watched the referee throughout the game. Like I remember the big calls, right? Anthony Gordon going down. A lot of people that looked like a penalty to me.
That's a penalty, bro. That's a penalty. When you really look back at it,
it looks like a penalty.
It's a penalty, bro.
Devil's advocate here because that's what I do. If you're playing on the side of Liverpool, because he stepped in front of Matip, that's the only rationale.
But it doesn't matter, though.
No. Listen. You got to let me finish because you got to understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if you step in front of him, that's my rationale as to what the referee saw and why he didn't give it. But if you're looking at it objectively, okay, you have the right to get body position in the box.
Kind of nervous.
That's
there,
a penalty.
Bro. But kind of nervous talking about that situation, bro. Knocking over.
I was nervous watching it. You should have seen me watching it.
But look, they should have at least sent the referee to check the screen, man. You see what I'm saying? Let the referee go and check the screen. Let him make up his mind because he couldn't see what happened from the angle. And I think Everton were quite unlucky not to get a penalty there because Anthony Gordon, he's a very good talent, and some of the breakaway run behind the Liverpool players and everything. I think they deserved a goal for the work they did, but their finishing wasn't really on par. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really have anything too open to, take a shot at. So,
I got to give Anthony Gordon credit. Watching him play, he's really the only bright spot in that entire team, dude. He was really good.
He was very good. Very, very good indeed, man. And I think maybe he should have gotten a penalty for that. I think for you guys, Matip was very good throughout the game, man. I think, he was so good, and I was realizing that he was so good. When you scored, he was the one that was driving forward, pushing the ball forward. You know, I know the substitution helped, but it was really Joel Matip and his, positive thinking, pushing forward and just trying to be push the ball towards so, and
That's
he's been
a
doing
recurring theme all season, dude.
yeah,
Matip
I
now,
was just about to say that.
all season. I mean, he created the chance we were talking about earlier with Mane and Salah against Man United. I mean,
Yeah.
he facilitated that. So
I was just about to say he's been doing it all season though. So,
Yeah.
So look, you guys were 0-0 first half. How were you feeling? Like you did you have a feeling that, man, it looked like Everton could squeeze out a draw here, man? They were really compact. Frank Lampard, set up his team very defensively against, Liverpool, who were, had most of the ball. I
Yeah.
think one time I saw 85% to 15% possession. Everton, they couldn't complete any of their passes. Liverpool had like 100% pass accuracy at one time. I'm like, ridiculous, man. But you guys just couldn't break them down. You didn't really have any incisive plays, any shots that would really trouble Pickford. But then the change came, man. Talk to me a bit about the change that Klopp made.
You mean the legend? You mean the legend?
Original, Mr. Original.
Mr. Divock Origi, man. And
Yeah.
as well, Luis Diaz came on and made a huge impact too. But, I really do think Klopp only subbed him on because of his record against Everton. I mean, the man is just
I think so
solid
too. I
against
think
Everton.
so.
And Divock never comes on with 30 minutes to play. But to answer your original question, first half pissed me off, man, because Everton were doing every trick in the book, crying like a bunch of little, what's, dude.
Yeah.
Richarlison is an embarrassment to himself. All right. The only one who I respected was Anthony Gordon. The man was playing hard, quick, and he was sticking to the game plan. He was trying to play on the break. Richarlison's on the ground the whole time. But anyways,
yeah. I think that was pretty ridiculous for Richarlison. Remember that time when they had to you guys continued to play, and then Doucouré went and fouled Matip, and there was a little fight that broke out. But I love that though. That's a derby, and that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the fact that's what a derby is about. I'm not saying to be violent, but come on, man, show some passion. And United didn't show any passion. Man City is not really a derby because these guys are hugging up and kissing each other. And, this is a real derby because Everton come out there to not lose to you guys. And unfortunately, they end up losing the game. But it took some tactical genius by Jurgen Klopp to even bring on a Divock Origi and, of course, Luis Diaz. And these two guys were influential in you guys going on to win the game.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Divock. Shout out.
So the first goal,
beautiful.
I think Robertson had a good game throughout, and you had Divock Origi, linking up with Salah, and Salah with the assist, great lofted ball, and Andy Robertson, man, with the what was that, a header, right?
Headed finish, yep.
It was 2 headers, man, 2 headers in the game.
Yep.
And 1-0, and at that point they could have actually come back and got a goal. I can remember Gray getting a really good opportunity. He blasted it wide.
Yep.
And they looked very bright after they conceded. They played with intent, and they troubled Liverpool on a few occasions, got in behind. I think Alisson had to make a save or two, and then the second goal, man, from the corner, Luis Diaz inadvertently setting up Divock Origi, but
oh no, that's on purpose.
Nah, bro. Yeah, that's you guys. If it was on purpose, that would have been awesome. But he obviously tried to shoot, but still, It looks good. That has to be one of the best assists of the season. I think this weekend we had 2 of the best assists of the season. That Luis Diaz overhead attempt that set up Divock Origi, and I don't know if you saw the James Ward-Prowse goal where Oriol Romeu backheel. Oh, man. And the shot, oh, man.
How are you going to leave out Mane's chip over the top? That's got to be up there, too.
No, I'm keeping it relevant to what we just saw, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
yeah.
No, that was
because
nice. Yeah.
Because look, Kevin De Bruyne had a couple really good assists during the season, and his assists, I think that was his assist for Gabriel Jesus' goal over the weekend was simply
Yeah.
ridiculous, though. But
Yeah.
look, great job by Klopp, great substitution, and Divock Origi scores against Everton again, and it must be a bittersweet moment for you as a Liverpool fan. Bitter in the sense that Origi will be leaving this summer, and AC Milan being front runners to sign him. What are your thoughts on Divock and how he his influence at the club over his years? Do you think he should have gotten more opportunities and everything? Since his breakout from the 2014 World Cup and everything. What are your thoughts on Divock Origi though? 22 Premier League goals right now, I think, overall during his career. What are your thoughts?
Every Liverpool fan loves Divock Origi. But to be frank, it's time to go. It is bittersweet. That's the perfect way to put it, because Origi, he's been part of some great moments at this club, man, and he's been a facilitator in pretty much all of the runs in the Champions League for the most part, or at least those big moments in the Champions League. Originally coming over, we thought he was going to be more than he was. I still think he's a world-class striker on his day. Even if you just watch him against Everton, I think he's a fairly underrated player, and he's just now entering his prime years. The kid's only like 26 or 27. People think he's a lot older than he is, but it's just because he's been kind of taking a back seat to whoever's been at Liverpool for the last 6-7 years. I'm going to miss him, but I do think it's time for him to go and get some first team football, first team action in a team where he's going to be challenged. He's going to surprise a lot of people, man. I think he's better than Benteke. He's better than Batshuayi ever was. I think he's probably, in my opinion, he's Belgium's best striker. I mean, if you take
Over
out
Lukaku as well.
Yeah, but what has Lukaku done this season, man? What's Lukaku done this season?
Lukaku is a bully, bro. He likes to bully these minnows in Europe and ends up scoring a bunch of goals for Belgium.
That's true. That's true. And to be honest, when I said that, I wasn't thinking of Lukaku. So he's the second best.
Damn, he's a forgotten man already. Lukaku, forget the man. But look, Divock Origi though, I have to say, he could have done more at Liverpool if it wasn't for injury and opportunities, because he's lower down the pecking order. He is more seen as a super sub, but he never really challenged for that starting berth over the time he's been at Liverpool. Where Firmino, you think the Salamane Firmino front line, Jota comes in ahead of him, Luis Diaz comes in ahead of him now. So obviously the right thing to do is to move on, and I think he would definitely flourish over there in the Serie A, where they play a more slower game and you have more space to do your thing. You see players go from England in Tammy Abraham, and he's enjoying his time over there at Roma. Chris Smalling left Man United and he's doing well. Eriksen and Ashley Young went to Inter Milan and won Scudettos, things that they couldn't have done while they were at the Premier League. Maybe Ashley Young was involved with the Man United last trophy there, but that's about it, you see. So he could go over there and he could help AC Milan, reclaim the Scudetto if they do win it this season. They're top of the league as we speak, I think, but Inter do have a game in hand. And then you got to remember, AC Milan have qualified for the Champions League, so he'll be playing Champions League football again next season. So it would be a big move if he does secure that AC Milan move. Let's see what eventually happens. But he has definitely been a good servant for you guys. Come off the bench, you fair. Whenever you see Divock Origi, something's going to happen. My most memorable goals for Divock Origi, it got to be the Everton goal, what they call the double doink off the, I was watching that game and I'm like, yeah, Everton, you're going to pick up a point in this game. And then the last play, Jordan Pickford, I don't know what the hell you're thinking,
Just tap it.
Exactly.
I think people remember that goal, but there was also the goal.
It's the Champions League goals that stand out for.
Same game. I'm talking about Everton. Same game. Ball over the top from Lovren. He takes it down and chips Pickford. People forget about that. One touch takes it down out of the air and chips Pickford. Go back and watch that goal. I guarantee you're going to be like, whoa.
What was the scoreline in that game?
That one was 5-2. That's a different game. We're talking about different games.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, what are you talking? I'm
Yeah.
talking about the one that he won. I'm not listen. That
Yeah.
one you talking about with
I'm
Lovren,
talking about. Yeah, I know which one
bro.
you're talking about. Yeah.
That one wasn't memorable like that one though.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, another really good moment for him was a Champions League cameo, man. The
Oh yeah.
Champions League cameo against what was that? Barcelona, right? The comeback after you guys lost at the Bernabeu and you went to Anfield and turned the thing around. Divock
Best comeback in
Origi.
Champions League history.
Exactly. Arguable.
Debatably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Debatably.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Divock Origi, man, you know, legend. Liverpool fans love him. And he turned up, did the thing. And you guys picked up a 2-0 win over Everton. And you actually closed the gap by 1 point again as, of course, guys, Manchester City went on to absolutely decimate Watford. And in this game, Gabriel Jesus was just linked with a move to Arsenal, and he pops up and score 4. You don't see this very, very often, but the man scored 4 goals on the day.
Last
Fourth
player to
minute,
score 4 against Watford. Tell me.
I think one of your players did destroy
Salah.
Watford. Yeah. I was gonna say Salah though, but
That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Same
Yeah.
club, 4 goals.
And another thing too, how many? You know, we were talking about this earlier. You give Leeds 6, we give Leeds 7, bro.
And now you come up against them again.
Exactly. And yet people would be giving Leeds some hope against us still. I think you know we talk about that. We will talk about that. But look, Gabriel Jesus, what do you think about him being linked with a move to Arsenal? What are your thoughts on that?
Dude, I think it's a good move, honestly. My only question is, and this might be a question for you, or it is a question for you. You know, Man City, they're known for buying big name players and they stay at the club for a long time. But with the cases of like Ferran Torres, and then you had Fabian Delph, and now you have Gabriel Jesus, where, yeah, they might stay the length of their contracts. But is it more of a flipping players for profit, or is it just they don't work out?
I think Jesus has been at the club for 5 years now, right?
Yeah, I think his contract's up next summer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He signed a 5-year contract, I think. He came in 2017, and his contract's going to be up. So I think as a player, he has done very well, in my opinion, at Manchester City. This player has a lot of goals, you know. He scored a lot of goals. I think his goal tally is getting close to 100 now. It would have been nice if he would have gotten over the 100 mark for City. I think with that 4-goal haul, it's getting closer to 90. So I think at City, the player could never reach him as a player could never reach that full potential unless he plays every single game with the same role. You see what I mean? Right. Like how you have De Bruyne getting to go and do his thing. Cancelo every week. Diaz every week.
Yeah.
You see? Yep. Foden every week now. So these players are getting a chance to develop and to flourish. While for Jesus, there's still some uncertainty. He might not play this game. He played that game. He might not play that game. He missed 3 games. Pep called him back. You know, so if he does go to Arsenal, I think he gets in the team and play every game, at least from the start. And the fact that he's busy. And he could be clinical, but he could miss chances as well. But what he's showing is he's getting better. He's still very young. I think, you know, he's rumored to, you know, be leaving for Arsenal, 30 million euros. That's not bad. You see what I'm saying? 1 year left on your contract. You cash in 30 million. You add that to the incoming player. We get a refresh. So it's not a play. We get a new player coming in. You don't know him very well. You can't figure him out. The team keeps changing. You see what I'm saying? And the team becomes harder to beat as seasons go on because we're always, you know, shape-shifting. You see what I'm saying? So, and we're adapting. So I think it's a good move for the player. Arsenal is screaming out for a good frontline player, versatile player. And, you know, a change of scenery can't be too bad for the player. And the fact that he's leaving, we have players incoming. We have Julian Alvarez coming in. You know, so you can't have Jesus, Alvarez, Haaland, Bernardo, Sterling, Foden, Grealish, Mahrez. You see what I'm saying? So you got to keep it.
I know.
You got to keep it switching up and everything, but that was a very good 4 goal haul, though. You know what I'm saying? So
Of course.
in terms of the goals, Zinchenko with the square, 4th minute, Jesus, brilliant goal. Kevin De Bruyne with the cross into the box, exquisitely headed in by Gabriel Jesus. Watford did bounce back with a goal of their own. Hassan Kamara. I know he plays for Watford, but quality left backs are very, very rare and very hard to find. But this guy is a good left back, though. I could see him having a very good future if another team
Watford get
coming.
good players, man. Watford
Yeah,
get good players. Yep.
yeah, but the team is just trash, man.
Right. No, team's trash,
They go
honestly.
into the championship and they do well, but in the Premier League, I think it's the manager, man. They don't stick to the manager. So,
Yeah.
so then Rodri pops up with with brilliant goal, man. You know when he scores, it's always outside of the box. It's brilliant, and that's his 4th goal of the season. And Gabriel Jesus was, credited with the assist there to pick up his 9th assist. So Jesus got brought down for a penalty. He converted it. And then Kevin De Bruyne with another assist for Gabriel Jesus. 7 goals, 9 assists. That's not a bad season, if you ask me, for a player who does not start every single game. So it was a very, very good display. I knew it would happen. I wasn't scared at all about Watford. And the Kevin De Bruyne effect was very, very present on the day as well. He got 2 assists in the day. I'm surprised he only got 6 assists this season, and to go with about 11 goals. So not a bad return, but still, I thought the assist could have been higher.